For a long time, the role of the professor was clear. You mastered a domain, you earned credentials, you gained institutional legitimacy, and then slowly, others came to you. Knowledge moved upward through hierarchy, through permission. That model shaped not only universities, but academic identity itself. And now, quietly but decisively, it is dissolving. So today on A4 Digest, I want to explore what it means to be a professor in an age where knowledge is abundant, platforms are decentralized, and AI has flattened authority, and why the future scholar may look less like a gatekeeper and more like a creator. The ivory tower was never just a metaphor, it was an operating system. It controlled access to journals, funding, conferences, and credibility. It filtered who was heard, who advanced, and whose ideas mattered. It rewarded patience, compliance, and mastery of institutional norms. For decades, this worked. Scarcity gave institutions power. Power gave titles meaning. But scarcity no longer defines knowledge. Today, a lecture can reach millions without an institution's logo. An explanation on a digital platform can outperform a textbook. An independent scholar can potentially influence more minds than a tenured professor with a lifetime of publications. This is not a collapse of standards. It is a redistribution of attention. Attention and influence, not credentialing, has become the new currency of impact. For many academics, this shift feels threatening. 1. If authority is no longer automatic, what replaces it? 2. If platforms bypass institutions, where does legitimacy come from? And 3. If AI can assist writing, synthesis, and explanation, what remains uniquely human? These are not trivial questions. They strike at the core of academic identity. The mistake is to interpret this moment as an erosion of scholarship. It is not. It is a reorientation. The future professor will still be rigorous, still be critical, still be grounded in evidence, but they will no longer rely on obscurity for relevance. They will rely on clarity. The creator economy does not reward noise alone. It rewards resonance. People return not because content exists, but because it helps them think, decide, or see differently. In this sense, the creator scholar is not anti-academic. They are merely translating scholarship into lived understanding. They are not doing what universities once did best, but at scale. AI accelerates this transformation. AI removes friction from the mechanics of scholarship. Drafting becomes faster. Editing becomes lighter. Visualization becomes easier. Translation becomes immediate. This does not cheapen thinking, it exposes it. When surface complexity disappears, what remains is structure, judgment, and insight. AI reveals who understands and who merely performs understanding. This creates a new accountability for professors. You can no longer hide behind jargon. You can no longer rely on institutional insulation. You must explain clearly, honestly, and publicly. This is uncomfortable, but it is also healthy. If you're navigating academia and wondering how people actually progress from PhD to professorship, not in theory, but in practice, I've built something for you. Becoming a Professor is my accredited online course for graduate students, postdocs, early career academics, and aspiring professors who want clarity, strategy, and momentum. It covers research mastery, publishing, funding, leadership, resilience, and career transitions with structured lessons, workbooks, and real-world frameworks. Academia rewards strategy, not guesswork. So, if you're serious about your academic future, the link can be found in the description below. The future professor will build in public. They will test ideas openly, refine arguments with feedback, engage across disciplines and borders, teach people they may never meet. This does not dilute scholarship, it disciplines it. When ideas are exposed to real audiences, weaknesses surface quickly, and that accelerates learning. There's also a moral dimension to the shift. Universities were never meant to be closed systems. They existed to serve society, not just themselves. When scholars step into the public arena, they reclaim that original mandate. From inward recognition to outward impact. They move from prestige to purpose. This is a video that I'll be talking about in some weeks to come. So of course, monetization complicates the picture. The creator economy forces scholars to confront questions that academia often avoided. How do you price knowledge or even epistemology ethically? How do you balance accessibility with sustainability? How do you protect integrity while building an audience? These are not corrupting questions. They are adult questions. They require judgment, not purity tests. The danger is not that scholars become creators. The danger is that they refuse to and become irrelevant by default. Because knowledge that cannot travel does not change the world. It merely circulates within walls. The future professor will not abandon the university, but they will not depend on it exclusively. They will be institutionally fluent and platform literate. They will teach formally and informally. They will write papers and speak publicly. They will mentor students and communities. They will understand that influence is no longer conferred, it is earned continuously. This is not the end of academic seriousness. It is the end of academic isolation. And that may be exactly what scholarship needs. The ivory tower is not collapsing because knowledge has lost value. It is possibly collapsing because knowledge has finally escaped. The future professor will not chase attention. They will deserve it by helping others think more clearly in a noisy and fast-paced world. Until next time.